lightning.
This is my world. The fates are cruel to my opponents. Ha! Receive my divine protection. Feel the wrath of the gods! This was inevitable.
What's up? This is a classic hero analysis on Zeus, who is an SSR Luminarch mage that uses lightning attacks to deal team-wide nuke damage. He was among the first heroes already available at the game's release. Zeus was common among beginners since he is the free SSR hero given to the player at the start, but he gained late-game PvP relevancy thanks to the Div 2 power system. Let's start the analysis. Starting with skills. His ultimate skill, Wrath of God, summons lightning bolts and damages all enemies for 400% each, and summons minions for 500%, with a 35% chance to hit one target twice. Back when the game started, heroes were simpler in their skill descriptions. Zeus was clearly a nuke mage, and he didn't have lengthy skill descriptions like Hestia or Besthood. Zeus has one passive and two active skills. His auto attack restores 65 attack energy. His first active skill, Lightning Chain, damages up to 4 enemies for 150% damage each, with level 4 reducing the cooldown by 1 second. Easy to understand. The more enemies are still alive, the more total damage this skill does. Lightning Chain restores 150 attack energy. His second active skill, Voltic Shield, creates a 150% attack shield for the lowest HP team member for 5 seconds, which damages for 130% attack after the 5 seconds, or if the shield is destroyed. This is Zeus's small contribution to helping his teammate. Voltic Shield restores 180 attack energy. His passive skill, Static Field, triggers anytime Zeus damages an enemy with his 3 other skills. Static Field damages the enemy for 7% current HP, doubled if the enemy is above 90% max HP. Next is equipment. Do not follow the popularity guide for Zeus. Although the artifact Sudarsana Chakra is correct, Zeus is not optimal with lightning runes. Too many beginners thought lightning runes pair with Zeus since he is the Greek god of lightning, which incorrectly fed the popularity guide. But that logic does not work for him. Zeus needs either air or dark runes. Air runes reduce his Lightning Chain and Voltic Shield cooldowns, while dark increases the number of times he uses Wrath of God in a battle. Generally, air performs better, while dark favors long battles, like bosses. Next are IW and IW skills. His IW focuses on Chimera accuracy, which is great for Zeus, since he has the Spotlight Divinity skill. However, he is severely lacking in Draco HP and Genbu defense, so he needs protection from his team. Because of his damage dealer role, Zeus should have 8 yellow IW2 nodes that focus on offensive attributes attack percentage, magical cleave, and accuracy. Div 2 Zeus needs to prioritize accuracy nodes above the other 2. His IW skills improve Wrath of God and Lightning Chain. IW 100 to 300 adds a 2.5 second stun effect to Wrath of God, up to 3 uses. IW 400 increases the damage by 30%. IW 500 adds a 33% chance to refresh Lightning Chain. IW 600 picks a random frontline enemy to take 20% of the total damage from Wrath of God or Lightning Chain. The more enemies are alive to be hit by either skill, the more damage this random frontline enemy receives. This also calls back to my recommendation for 8 yellow IW2 nodes, since they increase his damage to frontline enemies. Next is Divinity skill set. One advantage of using Zeus is that he has one of the best Divinity skill sets. For 2 nodes, pick Torment and Inspiration. For 3 nodes, add Meteor Shower. For 4 nodes, remove Meteor Shower and add Corrosion. For 5 nodes, 2 choices: Corrosion and Spotlight, or Torment, Inspiration, and Spotlight. For 6 nodes, pick Spotlight and Death Waver for PvP, or Deafness for PvE. For 7 nodes, add in Torment or Inspiration. Next is PvE and boss performance. Zeus can perform just fine for PvE campaign. However, many players will often go the route of the Odin plus Apollo team. Zeus is not recommended for boss battles because he performs best when there are multiple enemies on the battlefield. One boss is an exception, Mimir the Yggdrasil Well. Because his dryads don't die until 34 treasure chests, heroes that have the Annihilation Tier 2 Divinity skill and attack multiple enemies perform well in that battle. Zeus fulfills both those prerequisites. Next is Crusade of Edda performance. Zeus is a somewhat good hero for a crusade. Being an ethereal divinity main hero, Zeus gets the advantage of a priority divinity elder tree. He can be used to occupy lands for progression, but he would not be as strong of an option for boss battles. As I stated, he is not a boss battle hero. Next is PvP performance. When the game started in 2021, Zeus was a common hero in PvP by nature of him being one of the first available heroes. After the first year, Zeus stopped showing up often. This would stay that way until August 2024, when the Div 2 power system was introduced and 4 heroes were chosen as Div 2 heroes available to everyone: Zeus, Loki, Leonidas, and Nagakanya. With being one of the heroes that were upgradable above all other heroes, Zeus exploded with popularity in the PvP scene, since level 4 Spotlight and Death Waver became even stronger than they already were. When the game gets to the point where every hero is picked for Div 2, I do not think Zeus will go back completely into obscurity because of how the power system improved Spotlight and Death Waver. Those 2 skills at level 4 will keep Zeus as a good option for the future. There is no set meta team for Zeus, but I will offer my experience on what works well with him. Since Zeus gets additional benefits from accuracy thanks to Spotlight, Freyr synergizes with him. Freyr's Rays of Gold passive skill not only improves Zeus's damage by 20%, but it also increases Zeus's accuracy by 25%. For a level 1 Spotlight, this would mean a 50% critical damage increase. For a level 4 Spotlight, this would mean a 25% critical chance and 75% critical damage increase. Despite being Div 2, Zeus still has a lower defense and HP than other Div 2 heroes. To compensate for this, Gabrielle is great to give him the protection he needs. Her Water Curtain has always been a great form of protection for high damage heroes who are easily susceptible to dying fast, such as Hanzo. A good team can place Freyr and Gabrielle in the back line with Zeus, while the front line is flexible for any tanks the player chooses. For faction bonus sake, Athena is a good tank to pair with Zeus and Gabrielle. I'll show a few friendly battles with my CA Zeus team. Keep in mind, Hestia is shaking up the PvP meta, so his team has a hard time against any team with her supporting it.
will clash harder than waves.
Pay heed to the Earth's wisdom.
Virtue will be protected.
This was inevitable. This is my world.
I will bring life to this desolate land.
Feel the wrath of the gods.
Cleanse your being.
This was inevitable.
May there be riches, prosperity, and peace.
Joy. This
A
won't happen.
title search. Healing grace. Holy light shine.
Pay heed to the Earth's wisdom.
Cleanse your being. No, it can't be. You are under my protection.
All living
Here,
things shall
tactical
be
retreat.
equal to the soul.
A solemn
My world.
The spirit of nature surrounds us, from the smallest leaf to the tallest tree.
The light of justice always reflects on my shield. Invincible! A watery edge. You are under
cleanse your being.
Pay heed to the Earth's wisdom.
Feel the wrath of the gods. This is my enjoy. This won't happen again.
I will bring life to this desolate land.
Feel the wrath of the gods.
Thank goodness. It is over. No, it can't be.
Enjoy. This won't happen.
May there be riches, prosperity, and peace.
the holy light shine.
Healing grace. A solemn
All living things the soil.
Merely tactical retreat.
This is my world.
No. Cleanse your being.
Pay heed to the earth's wisdom.
The light of justice always reflects on my shield.
Next is tier list rating. Zeus gets a 3 out of 5 for IW 600. He gets 6 points in power for his 4 skills: Spotlight, 132 Bahu attack, 144 Chimera accuracy, and IW 400. He gets 2 points in support for Voltic Shield and IW 100 to 300. He gets 1.47 points in survival for Voltic Shield, Death Waiver, and negative points for 96 Drago. He gets 2 points total in versatility for CA and Crusade of Edda. His total is 14.47. This places him in B+ tier. While I am speaking about my tier list, I also made an adjustment. I removed Daji's CA and Crusade of Edda points in versatility, bringing her down to the end of A tier. Let's summarize Zeus. He is an SSR Luminarch mage who deals damage to multiple heroes with his lightning attacks. His strengths are his high nuke damage and his excellent divinity skills. His weaknesses are boss battles and his low HP and defense. This concludes Zeus's analysis. Thanks for listening.